Hey guys, welcome to Music Appreciation. I'm so glad to have you in the class. I really already admire you for taking the winter Minimester and your dedication to getting the course done in a short amount of time. I'm here to help you all the way through. So let's get started. Want to start in Brightspace so I can show you what's available to you, what to expect in the course, and what you can expect of me. I have Firefox pulled up here. I'm going to go to Brightspace, which is in the top menu on the MCC website. Log in with your username and password. You'll select our course from your course tabs. Okay, so you'll see a welcome announcement from me. You'll also have quick access to the instructor plan or syllabus, as well as Pearson's Revel, which is the book for the course, and we'll talk about that in a moment. You also have my contact information. Basically, the quickest way to contact me is by email. During the Minimester, I try to make myself as available to you as possible, especially because I know you're trying to get the work done quickly. Keep in mind that I do have a family and we are spending the holidays together, but with that in mind, I still try to be as available as possible. So you should expect a pretty quick response from me via email. And if you don't receive one, feel free to follow up within about 24 hours if you haven't heard from me for sure. Okay, let's go to the content area. That's where you're going to find pretty much everything you need for the course is in content, which is on that main nav bar is what we call it. If you'll click on the introduction unit, you'll find a really easy way to get started. What I've heard from my students who've taken my course the last several semesters is that the task sheet or checklist is the best way to be successful in the course. So let me kind of show you what that looks like. In order to do so, I'm going to change my setting to Learner View, which will allow us to see the platform similar to the way that you see it. So back in content here, I'm going to go into the introduction unit task sheet. And what you'll see is that the first item is watch the introduction video, which you're clearly already doing. So you place a check mark by that. You'll also see due dates or the kind of the expectation of when you've completed each item. The next item on the list is to read the syllabus or instructor plan. You place a check mark next to that. Then you'll complete a discussion board. Keep in mind the discussion board instructions or requirements are located right here. It's a really quick, easy link. They're also located in the discussion board. So you have several other items that you need to complete, including the introduction unit exam. I would encourage you to either print out the syllabus or have that handy on your screen so that you can refer back. Pretty much all of the answers to that intro exam are in the syllabus, and it gives you a quick, easy way to get a really good grade in the class to start off. You can take that exam as many times as you'd like. So let's go back into the introduction unit. You'll also see that there is a progress bar at the top of the screen. This just tells you that you've visited the topics within the unit. So it's only going to tell you that you opened the syllabus, not that you read it, but at least it's another benchmark for you to complete all of the items in the course. Let's go into Unit 1. This is a more typical unit for the course. Let's start in the task sheet. Within the task sheet, it's going to tell you exactly what to read and which quizzes to take in Pearson's Revel. Again, that's the book for the course or the platform that we'll use for the information in the course, and I'll go in and show you that in a moment. Then the next task is the discussion board. Again, make sure that you review those instructions so that you are posting an original response to my questions as well as a response to a student. And each of those responses needs to be a minimum of 150 words. So you should be sure that you understand those instructions so you get full credit in the discussion board. And then the next thing that you'll see is another introduction to the Middle Ages and a quiz associated with that, as well as some chapter readings, chapter 1, 3, 4. The quizzes in Revel for the chapters are really short. They're only 5 questions, so it shouldn't take you long at all. And then towards the end of this unit, you'll find another discussion board that you have. And then what I think is the most helpful thing in the course is a unit review. So I've put together kind of a review sheet. You can either fill it out as you go, or you can fill it out after you've studied all of the content material. And then I've also allowed you some extra credit. If you submit the unit review, then I'll give you extra credit into the test area. This is an instruction a video on how to upload an assignment in Brightspace. Make sure that you upload the extra credit Unit 1 review in the correct area that's associated with the assignment. Then lastly, for the unit, you'll find the Unit 1 exam. Each exam is worth 50 questions, and you can take each exam 2 times. Then the highest of your 2 scores will be automatically saved in Brightspace. I've also included an extra PowerPoint for each unit. This is what I use in my face-to-face class, and it's just a good reference, kind of an outline for the material that we'll discuss. It might help you focus on areas that are important throughout the course. Again, that's not required. It's just suggested, recommended, if you will. So that's Unit 1, and then Unit 2, you'll see looks very much like Unit 1. So you'll move through each of these units, going through the task sheet and completing. You don't need to submit the task sheet, although I can see what your progress is like using my end of the task sheet. There are 5 total units in the course, and then lastly is the final exam. I've also included some extra credit here. Again, this is totally optional. There's an extra credit assignment that is associated with each unit in the course, and you can choose to do these or not. Some of them are a little more complicated than others, and I've kind of opened up those extra credit assignments to be done at any point in the semester. I would encourage you to kind of plan ahead for those just so that you have plenty of time to do them. Okay, so let's take a look at how your grade is portioned out in the course. I'm going to go back to the introduction unit and open up the syllabus so that you can get an idea of all of the areas of the course. I've already shown you most of them, but let's look at that together. So I'm scrolling down to this is page 6 of the syllabus. You'll see 20% of your grade is formulated from the quizzes in Revel, which I'm again going to show you in just a second. And then 30% of your grade is formulated from your discussion board participation. Again, I can't say it enough times. Be sure that you read the instructions. 40% of your grade is based on those unit exams, including the introduction unit exam. And then 10% of your grade is based on the final exam. If you're wondering how to keep track of the course, there are several different ways. In the task sheets, I've listed dates for each item that's due. And then I've also given you kind of a quick reference guide, if you will, in the syllabus. This is page 5 of the syllabus. This just gives you a kind of an at-a-glance study of exactly what's due and when. So for instance, on the first day of the course, you start off with the elements of music, the introduction to the Middle Ages. There's a quiz associated with each introduction. So there's a 10-question quiz associated in Revel. Chapters 1, 3, and 4, there's a quiz associated with each of those chapters. And then you have 2 discussion boards. And then I would say from the first day on, the course gets a little more manageable. I know the first day is kind of a lot, but it's all kind of easy stuff. So it should be a quick, easy way to get started. Now, let's finally talk about the book for the course, Revel, or Pearson's Revel. Pearson is the publisher. Revel is the platform that we'll be using. You'll see located in the syllabus on page 2. This is all of the information, including the ISBN number. And I've also provided an explanation and instructions on how to purchase. Let me kind of go through that with you. You can either buy the access code to Revel in the MCC bookstore. If you're using financial aid, that's definitely what you'll want to do. Or you can purchase the access code through Pearson, through Revel, through our course today, if you have a credit card. So if you have a credit card available, you can get a slightly better rate through the website. And let me kind of show you how to access that. Access to Revel is required for the course. You won't be able to pass the course unless you are able to complete those quizzes in Revel and have access to the material. So if you'll scroll down to the bottom of the table of contents, you'll see a Revel link at the bottom. click on Pearson Revel, and then you will be prompted to register, or you could select temporary access in Revel, and that temporary access will allow you access while you're getting your code or getting your financial situation worked out in order to purchase the code. Click on the title, Music Appreciation Winter Minimester. And then I'm going to go into student view again here. And then you should see December 18th. You see the Elements of Music, a brief introduction. You don't quite see everything that I would like for you to see here, but once you get started in this section, if you just keep turning the page, you'll have access to everything that you need to do. So you get a little bit of a better view here, and then as you access each item, you'll see that that's indicated in that menu there. Another thing to note is that I've gone through and highlighted some important items in the course, and you might want to pay attention to the highlights. That should also really help you if you're filling out the unit review as you go. The answers are often highlighted and kind of helps you to know where to focus in the course. So that's Revel. You just want to make sure that you're completing your assignments as they are assigned. It's my understanding that you guys don't have this view, although you might be able to access it on your computer, but the student view does have everything there. You just have to go all the way into the content. So just make sure that you are accessing all of the material and getting your quizzes done in Revel. I've also had students have great success setting up reminders through Revel. You can select reminders to go to your phone, either via text message or email, and it'll tell you exactly what's due and when it's due and kind of keep you on track that way. Okay, let's go back into Brightspace. I just want to remind you guys, I am here for you throughout the entire winter Minimester. I am here to answer questions. I'm super excited to meet all of you. Please know that you can contact me at any point. I would encourage you to try to work ahead in the course as much as possible. I know the biggest thing with a Minimester is trying to balance work and family life and also your attention as it is required in the course. So I can't give extensions for travel, but I do know that many of you might be traveling. Just be sure that you have solid access to a computer and internet. If you have to go to the library, do that. If you have to go to campus when it's open, do that. But if you have to borrow a friend's computer, do that. Just know that there are tons of ways that you can complete this work, and I know that it can be done because I've had so many students overcome lots of obstacles to be successful. I hope you guys have a great day, and please let me know if there's anything that I can do for you.